Everything I say is alleged, my opinion, and for entertainment purposes only. Hey guys, let's get into this review of Love and Marriage Huntsville. Listen, I didn't review the last episode only because it was very triggering to watch these people in this scene be so ignorant. Like Marcel yelling, drug tester, Kimmy jumping on Kiki for no reason. And then them sitting at the round table discussing Kiki's sobriety. And I feel like Marcel is that person, that person that triggers somebody, that pokes and pokes and pokes just to see if they could watch the person fall. Almost like he wanted Kiki to sit in front of their face and take a drug. And the sad part is, although Kiki had her issues with, this prescription drugs, it wasn't her fault. She was prescribed some pills that had addictive properties. And it took control of her. And she's winning over it. And for y'all to keep throwing it in her face to disguise your infidelities, allegedly, because we don't have no proof, but all the signs are there, allegedly, it's just ridiculous. And for Tisha to sit there quiet, constantly protecting you. But anyway, let me get on to this review for this episode. I just had to get that off my chest. Okay, I'm off my soapbox. So we continue where we last left off with Mel meeting Kiki and her husband at the storage unit. And Mel asking Kiki to take a drug test so that she could prove them wrong that she is not on drugs. And her husband was basically like, you don't have to prove anything to anybody. And then Kiki was like, well, if he take a lie detector test, I'll take a drug test. And Mel was a little thrown off, like, Marcel ain't about to take no lie detector. Okay. So she was like, at the end of the day, Marcel ain't taking a drug test. This is for you. This is for you to show them at the end of the day that they liars. Point blank into the period. And Kiki was like, all right, let's do it. Kiki go take, put her pee in a cup. Melody pulls it back. Everything on there is negative. I think she was tested for 15 different drugs and everything was negative. So point proven. Point proven. Now, can we prove that Marcel ain't cheating? But anyway, girl. Okay. Anyway. So Mel happens to ask them, wait, but why are y'all moving? So they explain again that they're moving because their oldest son is a top athlete in Huntsville and they're trying to move him to a school district, which will give him a better opportunity to get scholarships. So Mel lets it be known that Tiffany was running her mouth talking about, oh yeah, they moved there. They're moving their son to a new high school, but how are they going to do it? Meaning she's saying it like Kiki and her husband going to do some underhanded stuff to get him in a new school district. Child, I want to know what Tiffany endgame is too as well. Because this whole ganging up on one person thing is getting so tired. That's what Tisha and Marcel has been doing since they got on this show. And it's starting to backfire on them. So off of Tiffany. But Mel says she's very proud of Kiki. She knows that she's been working hard and she wants her to just heal and her family focus on what they got to focus on. And I agree. So we get this scene here with Marcel and Tisha. Tisha's packing for a vacation that she planned for her daughter because her daughter wanted to go to the beach for her birthday for 5 days. And Marcel was like, we can't go for 5 days. Anyway, they end up talking about the barbecue. She said she needed a vacation from what happened at the barbecue. And Marcel told her that he's proud of the way she handled herself. He could have behaved better himself. Yes, you could have. And Tisha couldn't wait to take the opportunity to say that over and over again, Kiki has lied to me. Here's my thing. Okay, Kiki was dead wrong for throwing that drink in your face. She was dead wrong for that. She even admit that she was dead wrong for that. But when are you going to take accountability for the part you played in what happened? Because at the end of the day, when she came to speak to you, you could have spoke. You didn't have to do the Matrix, and slide up under her arms. You ain't have to do all of that. You set the tone. You could have spoke and y'all would have been good. You ain't had to say nothing to her for the rest of the barbecue. And vice versa. Kiki could have took it as, all right, let me leave that alone. But listen, accountability is key from both sides. So Marcel let it be known that him and Stormy worked through their differences, that he didn't know that Stormy's friend, her best friend, was, on drugs, and that this was fairly recent, and, he has to take accountability for what he did. So he said, we both saw greater need. And it's so ironic that you can be graceful or give grace for Stormy, being disrespectful to you, but you can't do the same thing for Kiki. That's weird. And then he turns around and say that he was more hurt by what Kiki did, and he cares for Kiki. I can't tell, but okay. So he asked Tisha, is there any life left in this relationship between her and Kiki? So Tisha said, when Kiki say things like, y'all think Tisha's perfect, she says, I never claimed to be perfect, and I've made mistakes, and I've learned from them. Yeah, you never claim to be perfect, but I feel like you think you better than Kiki, especially for your husband to say Kiki want your life. So as Tisha's making her spiel about, making mistakes and making better decisions, Marcel is there mumbling under his breath, yeah, but you could be more accountable. And she says, what haven't I been accountable about in the last 30 days? And why he gonna bring up Melody, piss her off some more? So he explained her the situation at the meeting where she didn't agree with what Melody had to say. But when do she ever agree with anything Melody has to say? What's crazy is Marcel and Tisha could be having these conversations and Tisha be all in. And then Marcel always hit her with a punch in the gut with something that she don't really be wanting to talk about and gaslight her ass. And she just be stuck looking stupid. Anyway, let's move to the next scene. They annoying. So we got Mel meeting up with her party planner and her mom comes in. They talk about how, I guess, setting up her party for her name change. They show the menus that she had made up and everything. Miss Van is there. The party planner leaves to take some pictures. And Mel and Miss Van get to talking. Mel lets her mom know that, she filed her paperwork for her name change. And with the probate court, she got the letter but didn't open it. And Miss Van was like, you didn't open it? So Mel in her confessionals let us know that she took the Holt name serious. Being part of that family and building a family under the Holt name. That was her priority. But she had to go through a lot to keep that Holt name together under one household. But at the end of the day, she had to throw in the white flag. So Melody proceeds to read the letter to her mom, and it's official. Her name is changed back to Rogers. Her mom is so happy for her, starts to cry. Melody hugs her mother, and it was such a beautiful scene. A scene of new beginnings. So we got Stormy coming over to meet up with Kiki at her new house. They get to talking about the barbecue. Kiki apologizes to Stormy for having her in the middle of, her being a little irritated. Not a little, a lot irritated with Tisha and Marcel. She lets Stormy know that she felt disrespected when she spoke to Tisha and Tisha did the Matrix and walked away from her. So Kiki said that was all Marcel. She called him Mars, whatever, Tisha's wife. That it was a plan for them to come over there and ignore Kiki. And I believe it. Because that's what they do. They huddle in the background. This is what we going to do on this scene. Except Tisha, she wasn't ready. She got water thrown on her. So Kiki let it be known in her confessional that Tisha looks stupid, always backing this man up. And all is to avoid anybody knowing that he's cheating. And she let it be known, like the trip to Africa, the back picture. Child. So Kiki let it be known she was really there to get in Tiffany's behind, okay? Because Tiffany been talking crap about her. She had this interview with Carlos King and was saying how she's better than Kiki in the whole nine. And Kiki let Stormy know, well, did you send her some products? Because she was talking about your products and how the ingredients are no good for people's skin, okay? Tiffany a whole hater. So Mel invites Tisha and Kimmy out for a workout with her personal trainer, Miss Debbie. Tisha pulls up. She gives Mel this nonchalant hug and gets real quiet. She's, standoffish, as I'm going to just say. Then Kimmy pulls up. Kimmy notices the same thing. Like, what's wrong with Tisha? They get in there. They do the workout. They sit down to talk. And Kimmy's the one that asks, like, I just wanted to check in with y'all to see how y'all are after. Well, let me back up. Kimmy said thank you to Mel for inviting her because she haven't been exercising. And we found out that, her doctor ran some tests on her. And like her breathing and I guess some other things. The doctor said that they're not going to get better than what they are because she's been short of breath. And she said the devil is a liar. And I wish her well. I wish her well on her journey and that she gets well. So let's get back to Kimmy asking, how Tisha and Mel are doing after the barbecue, because the barbecue was a lie. So Tisha goes on to say that what happened at the barbecue is what happens between her and Kiki over the years. And before they start hanging out with the Holts, this is the same thing that happened. Kiki threatened her. And my thing is, Tisha, you leaving out a whole lot in between telling that story. Like, Kiki can't just be doing this by herself. Like, what part did you play? Accountability, like your husband said. So Tisha says, a person that has nothing to lose and is still doing drugs is a dangerous person. You sound real retarded. You know what you sound like? You sound like you're repeating what Tiffany said. Now, we watched how you did Melody when you tried to break her down when she was going through her rough patch in her marriage. Okay, so this the same pattern. Like, be careful of the words you put on folk. You see how Melody rise from them ashes? Kiki gonna rise from them ashes, and you still gonna be left defending your husband and his cheating rumors. Melody said, you still think she's doing drugs? Tisha says, I know she's doing drugs. Melody said, how you know that? Well, I got family members that call me and she be asking for money. So asking for money don't mean she on drugs. So Melody let Tisha know, I did speak to Kiki. She said she feel bad for, what happened. And was it a conversation y'all had before the barbecue? And Tisha was ready to go because she don't want to discuss why Kiki was mad, okay? And Kimmy looking like, what the hell? And basically, Tisha just don't want to discuss anything possibly of Marcel having an affair on her. Now, I just want to know why you don't want to discuss it, because you've been shutting it down since the beginning of this show. Are y'all in an open marriage? Are you okay with him doing what he doing as long as he take care of home? That's why you get up on his TV talking about you want a new car and your budget and what you could spend. Child, I can't. So Tisha basically says, I'm leaving. She breaks out. She was like, when things get tough, I'm getting to moving because I ain't talking about it. So Tisha gets in her confessional and says, obviously Melody don't know that no means no. Like, what are you talking about? Because it was Kimmy that asked you about the barbecue. Like, what are you talking about? No means no. I don't get it. So Kimmy and Mel was like, she don't want to talk about it because it's a real problem. Okay. Now, are y'all alluding to that the rumors are true? Just asking. You know what's crazy is she don't want to talk about the barbecue no more, right? But when Melody was going through her stuff, that's all she did was talk about Melody and what she going through, and would tell it to anybody who would listen. And now we got this scene where Martell pulls up on Nell to bring some of his wine because they having a little shindig. So listen, I didn't get no picture of him and Nell, but I got pictures of all the faces Martell made every time he mentions Mel's name. This man is still hurt and bothered that this woman left him, but don't take no accountability for the he did. So let me just say this, that everything Martell is talking about in this scene is null and void. Okay? This man destroyed his family. Although he want to blame it on Melody, he destroyed his family. He destroyed the empire they were building. You want to know why? Because the man didn't have no discipline. But now he want to sit here and talk about how it's a slap in his face and Melody being spiteful but changing her name. No, sir. If you were to show some discipline and stay true to the Holt name and the Holt empire that you guys were building, you wouldn't be sitting here looking like a distraught, sad, happy, all in one damn scene man. So he basically chalks it up to the Fletchers shouldn't be going to Melody's name changing ceremony because they done chose a side, and because they're his friends, they shouldn't go. And then telling them Miss Nell that she grown, she could do what she want to do. Like, dude, what is it? What do you want from these people? Go on, be by yourself, because you confusing. You want too much from people. You taking too much of their energy. Then he brings up the whole cheating thing. And, Nell brought up him cheating. And he goes, well, if I cheated, Mel cheated. And again, all this is null and void because y'all not even together anymore. And then you try to validate your cheating. I ain't cheating in the last 3-4 years. Of course not, because you're single. So it's not considered cheating, but you cheated in the marriage. And the proof is in the pudding because you done had an outside child. Anyway, that's all I got, guys. Like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you know when my next video comes out. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Yelling out, we ain't selling out. We got money, but we ain't lending out. We got bars, but we ain't belling out. In that pink Ferrari, we pilling out. I told Tay